How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the round 15 review. Carlton, Adelaide, at Marvel Stadium. The graveyard shift on a Sunday twilight, 4:10 p.m. Boy, it's such a relief to be bringing this to you after a win. Let me tell you that. I have had a really weird week. This whole game was the culmination of a really weird week. A different experience for me, and just want to document that for you guys out there, and this will be part of the whole journey to the 17th premiership for this group. After last week, I just felt sick because I had a bit of a feeling that the Adelaide game would be, that Essendon game in 2019, where Bolton got the sack, and I guess now that we know that Adelaide won, I can categorically confirm that was just simply PTSD. The PTSD took over this week, and I really wasn't excited for the game because I was just so nervous about what could have been. And you never really want to be living like that. You shouldn't be living like that. You should just be living in the moment and taking each moment for how it comes. But I think that the constant losing week after week, the constant disappointment week after week, and just the constant emotional baggage that comes with losing week after week, I think it just got to me, and I really thought that this was going to be the final nail in the coffin. So getting to the game, not really too excited, more so in the mentality of, all right, let me see what they're going to do before I start cheering and start getting excited. Spoke to quite a few people before the game. Shout out to Kira and Mia, two legends that I saw outside the stadium. Had a good chat with them, and I bought raffle tickets for the Cheer Squad raffle. I just sort of got around the people that could bring good energy early in the game. I was kind of relying on that. Then the game started, and I'll tell you what, that first 10 minutes just really confirmed my PTSD because it didn't look good. I don't think there was a goal kicked in the first 15 or 20 minutes. Adelaide, I think they kicked 5 behinds or 6 behinds, and really should have put us away there, but thankfully they didn't. Got to quarter time, we'd obviously kicked a goal. Adam Sard got us going with a beautiful running goal, and that seemed to spark something. It was almost as if the crowd were waiting for something to spark them, and once Adam Sard provided that, we as the supporters got on board. And that's generally how it works and how it's going to work. We need them to show us something, and then we can complement that with our energy, and then they can flow on from there. The second quarter comes along, and we all know that was electrifying. That was really, really electrifying. I was sitting with Joe and Dan from the Almost Blues Brothers podcast, which you got to check them out if you don't listen to them on the audio platform on Spotify. You just go to the Blue Abroad podcast network, and their show is there. And Joe, if ever you need a hype man, it's Joseph Adamo. At halftime, he's telling me, Tez, all right, he could see that I was just chill. I wasn't really getting over the top. I wasn't really cheering too loudly. I was just sort of waiting because in my mind, I'm like, let me see this fourth quarter when the game starts, crunching in, and let me see how it, it really ends before I get excited. And he's getting out he got me to get out my phone, and he's like, all right, go to the fixture. He's basically picked out every single game we play for the rest of the year, bar the Port Adelaide one in Adelaide, as a win. So we're basically finishing 12-10 at halftime, according to Joe. So great vibe from him, great energy from him. The second half starts, and then it just gets a little bit it just becomes a grind. I don't know what to put it down to. Just, it's the story of us. We kicked 2 goals in the second half, I think, and the moment which really sticks out to me upon reflection is in the fourth quarter. And I think Chase Jones, he takes a mark in open space, probably a 45-degree angle, and I was sitting in that pocket. And he played on, and he's running into what looks like an open goal, and literally my life flashes before my eyes, and that PTSD just comes to fruition. And I'm like, he kicks this, we're losing, we're going to drop our heads. Thankfully, he misses it. And, we go on to win the game by 10 points. Just 12 goals, 11, 83 to 10 goals, 13, 73. And, it was a win. It was a much needed win. I don't think anyone's under any illusions that this group have a lot of work to do. There's quite a few holes in the way we play. We let teams in. We're not consistent. and all of that. But the signs that I didn't see last week, some of them were back this week. That team spirit, the camaraderie. Wiedering gets hit by Darcy Fogarty, that fucking dog. Absolute dog act. And, it was good to see Plowman get in there, fly the flag, and then Zach Williams comes in, and then Doherty comes in, and then Stocker comes in, and, it's good to see. Now, I'm not condoning violence. I'm absolutely fucking condoning violence. I love violence. I love when the boys are violent with their opponent. I love it, okay? I'm sick in the head, and I love when they get into fights. Just putting it out there. Not crossing the line, but a few jumper punches never hurt anyone, okay? So it was good to see them get around him there. The tackling pressure was better. I didn't see as many just missed tackles or drop tackles. We were better with our handball chains, I thought. I liked the way that we were linking up and running, particularly in that second quarter. Obviously, before then and after that second quarter, it wasn't great, but there were still some signs. And then there was a pulse. And, I felt like overall yesterday, it was a win for the kids, I think. Because you looked around, there were quite a few kids. Obviously, it's school holidays. The Sunday game, generally, you wouldn't have too many kids at a game because they've got school on the Monday. And obviously, the club put out a promotion where the kids got in for free. And just to see the smiles on their faces. And to be honest, it is important. It is important for them because they've got to see wins. They have to see wins. We can talk to wear black and blue about what should happen and this has to change and whatnot. But for the kids, they've got to see wins. The next generation of supporter has to see winning football to get excited about. So I was happy about that. And really, it was just a relief for me. It was just a sense of relief. My hope is that the Adelaide game becomes something. Because what we haven't done, in my opinion, in this season is we haven't really stamped our authority on 2021. We haven't done anything where we can look back on and say, do you remember that patch of form that we had? So I'm hoping this is the start of something. I'm hoping we can go on a run, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 4 of our next 5 wins, that kind of thing. I think it just has to happen. This group, I say it every week, they're too talented for them to be this poor in this situation. So, let's just see what happens. It was good that Cripps signed during the week. That was important. I was hoping that the flow-on effect of Cripps signing was what was going to happen last week, but it is what it is this week. Some guys stood up. I think Paddy Dow needs a mention. Obviously, I'm going to go through all of them in the player ratings. Also, I've been showing this off. I was showing it off all night last night. I won the Cheer Squad raffle, and I've got a Sam Walsh signed Guernsey. So that's unbelievable. I want to thank the Cheer Squad for putting that on every week. And just to give it some authenticity, yes, it's real. Yes, you do win an actual Guernsey. So you should be supporting our Cheer Squad and buying raffle tickets every week. Because that's going to, I don't know, I'm going to get something commissioned for that. I might get, I'm going to get a piece put together and framed and it'll go somewhere here, I think. So stand by for that. So that's that. That's how I feel about it. Where are we? The player of the game. How can I not give it to Sam Walsh? How can it not be Sam Walsh? I really want to say Jacob Wiedering because he had the 16 marks with the 22 touches. I want to give Zach Williams some credit. I want to give Nick Newman some credit. I thought he played well, considering he was a sub. But Sam Walsh, 38 possessions. He just kept going. 578 metres gained and just keeps going. So he's the player of the game. And as you can see, the merch is available. I promised you it would only come out once we won a game of football, and they did. So the link to the merch is in the description below. I'm going to put a video out about it, just documenting the journey to here. But those of you who watch these videos, who are watching this video and who watch the fan cams, obviously you'll get that first bite at the merch. But yeah, it's a monumental step along the journey, and I'll put a video out, and we'll look back to look forward. I look forward to putting that together for you. So have a look at that. Thank you so much for your support over the journey. It's been fun, and there's going to be a lot more fun to come, hopefully. And let me know what you think. How did you experience that game? Did you have the same nerves and anxiety and PTSD that I did, or were you just happy to give them a clean slate? And tell me about some players that stood out for you. I think there's quite a few unsung heroes in this game. I think even Liam Jones probably needs a mention. I thought he was pretty inspirational. But give me a bit of a different perspective that I haven't mentioned in this video, and we'll chat about it some more in there. Stick fat, The Blues are back, I hope. Let's do it. Go the Mighty Blues.